Welcome to Meathead Test Kitchen, where food and fitness come to hang out. Nutrition, training, and life. It's all fair game on Meathead Test Kitchen.
Welcome to Meathead Test Kitchen, where I have a toilet paper napkin to dab my hot, sweaty, oily face, where we like stuff, too. I'm Sausha.
I'm Sadie.
I'm serious.
It's fucking hot. So if you didn't catch last week's episode, I can't drive because I had knee surgery like 2.5 weeks ago. By the time this airs, it'll be 3 weeks. But I can't drive because you're not supposed to drive if both of your if all your limbs don't. If you're not fully functional right now, like you're not supposed to drive. So I can't go anywhere. So Sasha's coming to me. So we're broadcasting in our garage, which you've seen many, many times before. Yes. However, it's fucking July in Nebraska, so it's
humid
hot and
humid. A little warm. So yeah,
my hair's gonna go from wet to frizz in the next 10 minutes.
Don't come at me in the YouTube comments asking why I'm dabbing my face. I just thought I'd get it out of the way off the top. You are welcome.
That's why I just didn't fucking put makeup on, because it's gonna melt off anyway. And do we really care?
No,
not really.
So on last week's episode, we aired our grievances. So we thought that maybe, hopefully, we could just be a little more uplifting. We're flipping the coin and talking about shit we do like.
I mean, I feel like it's a necessary component of life to bitch about shit from time to time.
Oh, certainly.
However, the time is not always to bitch about shit. So
we could do 17,000 episodes on stuff that pisses us off.
What's the line to that Kesha song? I got here by running my mouth. Pretty sure that's how that goes. Same, girl.
I know
Same.
one Kesha song. I know.
Yeah, you don't know Star Wars. You don't know Kesha. I have so much to teach you, my friend.
I'm not learning about Star Wars. I'll learn about Kesha, though. I'm just not going to do it at this point in my life. I'm 38.
It's fine. I respect that.
It's fine. That. I mean, the little tiny Yoda, baby Yoda, pretty cute.
I mean, at least you like something about Star Wars. I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'll take that win. That's a W right there. But yes, shit we actually do like, because there is a lot of really positive, awesome stuff happening in fitness and social media. And we want to talk about some of those things today and just other things about health and fitness in general that we like.
Yeah. Yeah. So the first one I wrote down was community. So especially like through this podcast, I think that, we have our OG listeners, the ones that reach out quite a bit or want to talk about the episodes and things like that. And so that's why I thought of this one. Mm-hmm. One of my favorite things about this space is that you get to find your people. You tend to gravitate towards the people that are the most like you, it seems like, especially in this space. And the amount of hype that you get from the people that you've surrounded yourself with is freaking amazing. Your PRs.
Yeah.
Are even better. Like,
PRs are great.
Just because you've got like a hype team behind you and everybody is typically hyping each other up when you get a PR.
And like a testament to the fact that people do find like-minded individuals on the internet. Like you can scroll through our this is going to sound like a brag. It's not a humble brag, but you can literally scroll through our 11.3 thousand TikTok followers and you will see fucking chicks with horror-themed fucking TikTok handles, chicks that lift weights. You see dudes that lift weight. Like you see it's very clear that we have found our fucking shit. Yeah. Like people are like, yo, I see you. I dig that. Like, and we appreciate the hell out of that. Nothing is better than that, because as someone that creates for a job, Sasha and I can both tell you that there is nothing more fucking frightening than hatching your creative baby to the world.
Oh yeah.
It is some of the scariest fucking shit you can do, I think, as like a personality, and especially these days because people are so fucking critical.
Oh,
that like taking that leap and doing it is really scary, but then seeing the return on your investment of your time and energy coming in the ways of, holy shit, this episode fucking saved my life, or like, yo, I'm really glad you talked about fucking drawing your eyebrows on. Way to take your power back. Those people can't fucking shame you. It's
or like the sugar episode. Like we got a few comments that were like, I had never heard that information presented like that. That totally changes how I view that.
Do this.
Exactly.
Yeah, I bitched about a specific person in general on last week's episode. I don't generally do that because I don't have the fucking energy for the drama, but I don't think I'm going to get drama because it's fine. I don't give a shit. She's entitled to her fucking opinion, even if I think it's wrong. Right. I hope she made a couple dollars off those fucking stickers. Yeah. But, like, it's so hard to find your people sometimes, and it's really great that we have found ours in you.
Yeah.
And that's not lip service by any means. I'm not that type of fucking person. I think you've figured that out by now.
Right.
But, like...
Well, and I'm, like, anytime I do, if I do a Friday Night Live, it's usually around the same people, but like they don't necessarily always want to talk about fitness and nutrition.
And
they just kind of want to chat and, you know, talk about whatever, music, whatever that may be. So the support outside of the gym is also like equally important. It's like, yeah, you're going to celebrate each other's personal best and like push each other a little harder in the gym and things like that. But like the actual friendships, I feel like some of our listeners, like we've gotten very close with just by having conversation. Like I posted something somewhat personal, but not like too in depth, but there were a few people that reached out to me that were aware of what I was getting at and what I was talking about. And they're like, hey, just want you to know that if you ever need anything, I know you've got a lot of people around you that are supporting you, but if you ever need anything, you don't feel like talking to any of these people, we're here for you. And like that type of stuff is like totally invaluable.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really nice to know that you have a support net, and it doesn't matter who you are or what you do. Like that shit's necessary. Humans are social creatures. We need each other, even though some of us think we don't.
Yeah, I can be a stubborn that's mule, man. But it's really great to, I mean, through this podcast, but even just like my personal, and I know that you've met a ton of people too through your fitness journey. Those friendships are freaking amazing because one, we all have the common knowledge of how much pain we put ourselves through in the gym and how hard it is to, you know, sometimes with nutritionally and just the things that you're eating to stay on top of it as well as you can be. Like that's a pain that not everybody fully understands. So that's another part of it too.
Loves company.
Oh yes. Yeah, for sure.
Especially when you're on a cut and you want to bitch about being on a cut with your friends that are also on a cut.
Oh yeah.
Cutting sucks.
Yes, it does.
It can be easier for some than for others. It's not my most favorite thing to do. I generally avoid it. But if that's your jam, like don't by any means.
I'll probably be at maintenance for the rest of my life. Yeah, to be honest.
I just don't care anymore. I'm married. I'm fucking almost 35. I'm
not competitively competing in bodybuilding, so like I'm not. I don't wanna.
I'm sitting on my couch for 14 hours a day right now.
No, like shit to people who do enjoy competing, and we've got a few that do. That's another level of commitment and
that shit's hard
and self-resilience and all the things that go with that. It's not for everybody, but you know, that's why it's to each their own and your mileage may vary. Like that may be something that you like. Yeah.
The pros will be the first ones that will be like, yo, this isn't for everybody.
No, absolutely not.
You might fucking hate this.
Right. Shout out just another fit chick.
Yes, we love you. We're thinking of you specifically. We are thinking of you when we talk about our bodybuilding
kicking
friends.
Ass and then squatting for cakes on Instagram.
Yes.
Crushed it. Like this is what I'm talking about community-wise. Like, I don't even personally know these people, but I've interacted with them enough. And, like, I'm always cheering them on. Those two specifically come to mind.
Alex and Meredith from Tactic Nutrition. Yes. Like, we fucking talk to each other about cats and stupid shit all the time because they're cat moms, you know? Like, just the random connections you make with people. And this doesn't even have to do with fitness at this point. But this is something I've been thinking about a lot lately because I've been getting a bulk of my social interaction from the internet just because I'm stuck at home right now and I can't fucking go anywhere. Yeah. Being in a car hurts. So I just don't do it unless I absolutely have to. But like, I was thinking about this the other day. Like, the fucking space that you can find in online community is awesome. And if you tap into a gold mine, don't fucking let it go.
Yeah.
Because those people very well could turn into some fucking ride or dies for you. And it's like, yeah, you only interact with them for 5 seconds a day right now on Instagram. But for you and for them, that's a meaningful interaction. And that shit's important, especially now.
Oh, yeah.
Like, especially now, because we have been losing so many fucking people to the fact that they feel like they're alone right now, that no one should ever have to feel that way.
That connection is important.
Yes.
Just human connection. Like, human beings need that. Something that I've been trying to do with that in mind a lot lately.
Got off on a tangent here, but we're going with it.
But no, it's just like, we talk about human kindness all the time, but something that I try to actively do is if I in my head think, oh my gosh, I love that person's outfit or I love that person's hair. I know I'm a total stranger, but I make sure that I walk up to those people and just let them know, like, hey, I love your hair. I did that the other day on the way into the grocery store, and the way her face lit up was, I'm not doing it to like pat myself on the back. I'm just saying, like, as human beings, we need that kind of stuff. And you never know what just being nice to someone, you don't have to compliment people, but even just smiling at somebody, how much that could brighten their day, because you don't know what's going on in their life.
If you go to the gas station, use the person's name when you leave. Like, hey, thanks. Insert name here.
Ted.
Like, that shit means a lot, especially as someone that has worked in like a consumer facing job. I worked in a grocery store for, 5 years or whatever. Like, that shit matters.
Yeah.
Like, it's the human element. It doesn't take a lot to just put that little nice cherry on top that could make someone's fucking day because everything around us is terrible.
Yeah, exactly. It's
not very hard.
I was with my grandma and I was like, I'll be right back. Like, we were eating lunch in a food court here in Omaha. Like the nice one. The food court. And I had seen this gal pass by a couple times and the dress she was wearing was freaking immaculate. And I was like, I'll be right back. And I went up to her and I was like, I know this is going to sound like off the wall and I'm really sorry for just approaching you. I don't know you, but I need to know where you got your dress because it looks fantastic on you and I love the color. Like, where did you get it? And she's like, oh my God. I got it at blah, 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 and told me the store. And I like put it in my phone and like I could go there and buy that same dress. Yeah. But like, you know, it could have made her day just by acknowledging the fact that like, hey, girl, you're slaying in that dress.
Dude, like there's giving compliments. You can totally give somebody a compliment about about something you like about them without being a creep about it.
Yes.
Too. Like there's totally a way to do it. And usually starting it off with, I don't want to sound like a creep, however, is a good way to go.
Right. I know you don't know me and I'm a total stranger
We're
approaching you.
Strangers, however, you're fucking banging today.
Yeah. Just wanted to let you know.
Yeah. Like it's not hard. Yeah. I like when it happens to me. Yeah. It always makes me feel good, even when I know I'm out at Home Depot looking like a complete fucking potato, but somebody is like, hey, your tattoos are fucking awesome. And I'm like, thanks. They were really expensive.
Right.
My guy's great.
And that's like the community, when you find yourself in when you find your people, it's really easy to like, you hear that stuff a lot more often. Like, okay, this is a fitness and nutrition podcast. So you're in the gym and you haven't seen somebody in a while. They're like, your quads.
Yes.
Look amazing, even though you don't know or notice as much because you stare at your meat suit sometimes in the mirror occasionally, but you inhabit it.
Often. Yeah.
But like that stuff goes a long way. So like while you're interacting within the communities that you found yourself in, maybe just, throw some niceties in there every once in a while.
So like an example of that, there is a powerlifter I follow. I don't know where she's based out of, but she's Native American. Her handle is Rekka Stowe. She's fucking awesome.
She's a badass.
She's fucking awesome. She follows me on Instagram.
That's
now.
Awesome.
We're Instagram friends, and it's one of the coolest things ever. But she will go pull 295 pounds in fucking long traditional Native American braids and dresses, and
she looks amazing.
And like I rolled up one day.
Gorgeous,
dude. She's a. If we go to the scale of 10, she's like a fucking 25. Like she's like BDE all day long on top of being just a fucking amazing athlete and just a cool person.
Yes.
Like, so one day I rolled up and I was like, ain't nobody that makes this shit look better than you. And she said back, God damn it, I love when women. And it's like, yes.
But seriously, we should be hyping each other up. You're not in competition with the person next to you. The only person you're in competition with is yourself.
And this applies to the dudes, the theys, the everybody.
Yes, everybody.
Like, this isn't just female exclusive. We're just talking about, like, in general, like, just a personal example of, my interaction that happened. And it's always cool when that happens because, again, I fucking appreciate it when it happens to me. I remember who that person is.
You just in a way, you're paying it forward. Yes. And it's just... it costs you nothing. I mean, it's the one thing that's free.
It is.
I know we mentioned that last week, but it is.
It's true. More people should try it, let's be honest.
Be kind in the communities that you've cultivated.
Yeah.
That's all we're saying.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Yeah.
Because these are the people that you hang out with all the time. So why wouldn't you want your bubble to be fucking immaculate and awesome?
Right.
Because we all live in bubbles. Let's be completely honest. Let's be completely honest here. It is a survival skill for all of us at this point to put ourselves in bubbles. Mm-hmm. Your bubble needs to be the most clean, fucking immaculate, awesome fucking amusement park space ever. Put the big sim amusement park, loop-de-loop-de-loop-de-loop fucking roller coaster in the middle. Do whatever you want with your bubble. It's your bubble.
Yeah.
But make sure that it is conducive to your growth.
Yes.
Because it's also really easy to let a lot of fucking garbage into your bubble, and that'll turn shit sour real fast.
Yeah, for sure. And something that, and I'm not going to go into it, but I've got some stuff going on, and the amount of, you never know sometimes unless you're willing to be open, how strong the group around you is. Yep. And the outpouring of, I got a random message from Aaron Sorensen last night. It was just this image and it was like a poem. And I was like, I really needed that right now. So I really appreciate you sending that. Like I just needed, words of encouragement.
Yeah. Sometimes we just need reassurance.
Yeah. And you can do that within your groups around you. Cause sometimes people don't know how much you're there for them unless you just kind of let them know.
And it's totally okay. And I posted about this on Twitter yesterday. Like, I'm a really empathetic person.
Yeah.
Like, that is just, it's part of who I am. It's it's a side effect of how I was raised.
Yeah.
But I am empathetic to a fault sometimes. But there are times in my life where I can't empathize with somebody and I find it so fucking strange and foreign to me. And I just feel like I'm a jerk. Like, Phil and I were having this conversation about something completely unrelated and whatever. And I was like, I don't understand that. And he's like, well, you didn't have this situation growing up, so I can imagine why you can't understand it. And that's okay. You're not a dick for it. It's like, you don't know what you don't know.
Exactly.
We say that a lot too, because you don't fucking know. You don't fucking know.
You can be there for people without having to understand to a T whatever they've gone through or whatever they're dealing with.
And that was my next point, because that's what I said to you last night. And I was like, I would be fucking lying to you if I said I understood how you're feeling right now, but I'm fucking here for whatever you need. Like, you can still tell somebody that you're there to support them without fully understanding what they're going through. That's okay.
And I think it's important to point that out, because I think sometimes, and depending on, you know, your context of your life, it sometimes is difficult to empathize or fully understand. And how could you? You're only one human being, you know? But it doesn't make you less than or less worthy of being able to be supportive. It's just being supportive because that's who you are as a person.
Yeah,
you know?
Your life is one storyline and almost 8 billion fucking storylines in this planet.
Yes.
Like, don't feel bad that you don't understand what every other single person is going through. You can try to empathize. You can inform yourself. You can learn about things that people are going through. That's a great first step. If you say, well, I don't know about this, instead of getting defensive, Google it. Read why people are so incensed about what they're talking about, and then maybe you can understand why they're pissed off.
Yes, or why they're upset, or why they're sad, or, you know, whatever the emotion is. It's a little bit easier to try to understand if you give yourself a little bit more knowledge on the topic.
Yeah. Crack open a book.
Yeah.
Fucking LeVar Burton would love you for it.
Butterfly in the sky.
Seriously. Not in the snarky, like,
No,
TikTok video version either. Actual
one.
Read a goddamn book. We love you. So another awesome thing we're going to talk about today isn't necessarily have to do with, like, fitness on social media, but it does have to do with your fitness, and we're going to explain why here in a minute. But physical therapy. So as you know, I've had surgery in the last couple of weeks. It's getting better, except for I almost died the other night. That was weird. So I was out smoking at like 2:30 in the morning on Sunday after I finished my client programming, and lightning fucking struck on the other side of my backyard fence. So I flung myself off the couch, because that's what your body instinct apparently tells you to do when there's a perceived threat of getting struck by fucking lightning. You roll off the couch. But I messed it up and I regressed a little bit. So now I'm probably going to have another week or two extra PT on top of it. But physical therapy is awesome. And here is why. Because between Sunday and today, I feel completely different.
Right.
Because I went to PT yesterday. Now, there are a lot of good things they tell us about PT that aren't bullshit. And some people think that physical therapy is bullshit. They're wrong. I'm sorry. But if you think it's bullshit, you're wrong.
My first choice of major.
I know.
That's why I'm like, what?
I know. But
people think it's bullshit?
There are people that think that because they think that it's like chiropractic work.
No.
Which in and of itself can be okay in certain situations. Others, they're not, whatever. But that's a different episode for a different day. We're not even going to wade into that fucking territory today. But PT is great. So let's talk about a few reasons why. So first, it can help you avoid re-aggravating an injury. Like, so you pissed off your knee. What do you do now? Well, after you get hurt, you know that moving the wrong way can put more injury on top of said injury. So a physical therapist can assess you and teach you about what movements you can do safely without causing more pain to the tissue that's already pissed.
Yes. Yep, absolutely. It also, and I know this not from personal experience, but watching you, and then my husband also broke his shoulder almost 16 weeks ago to the day. But it can improve your mobility and your balance. Like, we all need that, I'm pretty sure, especially if we're going to be lifting anything.
Necessary skills.
PT can also be preventative care. So, you know, if you're not moving that injured body part, you can, I mean, it's going to get really freaking stiff on you.
Yeah.
You might actually lose mobility after you've healed because you
can't get to where it needed to be.
It really can't.
Yeah.
So it can be preventative care, even though most of us view this, it's like recovery. I mean, you're working through the shit, the painfulness.
It sucks.
And there's evidence saying that PT can help older people move around without need for a walker or canes, while helping them avoid falls that can be catastrophic.
Yeah. So again, we talk about how fitness is translating into you living a better quality life when you get older, there you go. There's more proof. Like we'll tag the article that I pulled this from in the show notes. It's from St. Luke's Hospital in Sioux City. They're a really well-known hospital in the country, and it's got a shit ton of links within the story that I pulled all this stuff from. So that'll all be on the show notes, meatheadtestkitchen.com. But it can also reduce chronic pain, and I have a whole new appreciation for how people live with chronic pain after having surgery. I've only been doing it for 3 weeks, and I'm fucking over it. So if you fight with chronic pain,
you're
a fucking boss.
You're a warrior.
That shit's hard.
Yeah.
Like, wow. And I have only dipped my finger into the pool. Like, I don't even know what it's really like, but I'm like, this fucking sucks and I'm done with it. Can I be over now?
Right.
Is it done? Am I ready yet?
Yeah.
It's the easy bake oven done. But, you can reduce chronic pain with PT. How? Well, if you have an injury or disease like arthritis, the therapist can assess you and help you create a plan to reduce pain. And science shows that people with some type of musculoskeletal pain did benefit from just one session of PT shortly after their diagnosis, and it can actually help reduce the amount of pain medicines needed.
Yep. Why?
Yeah, I know you'd think it's the opposite, but when you strengthen your muscles, it's easier to move around.
Yes. Yep. And I mean, sometimes there can be pressure that's built up because wherever, dependent on injury, to be honest with you, shoulder, knee, pretty much a joint situation. But if you're moving it around and getting your mobility back and stuff like that, you're also reducing the pressure at that point. And
that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah. Yep. It can help you recover from traumatic events. PT can reduce symptoms of injuries or sudden events like a stroke or car accident. PT not only helps the patient build strength, flexibility, and get back to health, but it can also help some people avoid injury down the road.
Yeah, like I attempted to avoid surgery.
Sorry.
It becomes injury too. But you can avoid both with PT potentially, depending on how bad it is. You might not be able to avoid it. It depends on that.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, like PT is a testament to the fact that any sort of training, because this is training. They call it physical therapy, but it's a workout.
Yeah.
They're like, all right, you're gonna do 2 sets of this, or you're gonna do 3 sets of this, or you're gonna do intervals of this, and it's like, any sort of training is good for your body. It's also good for your brain because you get more confidence when you move through PT because you know that you're good because you've got an entire slew of people that are in the room with you that if something goes sideways, you're fine.
Yep.
Like, this is their jobs. Sometimes you need to call the professional.
Yeah. Well, and then the confidence that you get back in moving that injured limb or whatever it may be.
Yeah. Knowing that the way that it felt, there's nothing wrong with it and that it's normal because you troubleshot it with your therapist. Like, that peace of mind is huge. That's been huge for me personally, at least.
When Brian broke his shoulder, I'm touching my elbow to the table, broke his shoulder, he had to physically like pick his arm up to set it on a table, and now he can put his arm all the way over his head, and that's all he did. He didn't even take pain meds. I'm like, you are a rock star, dude, because I know how much pain you're in. But
I took all my pain meds in like the first 6 days.
He didn't fill his prescription. I'm like, you might regret that, but okay. He's like, I don't like pills.
That's okay.
But he's already back, not with Doctors Okay until after this episode already have aired, and he's probably already going to be cleared. But in case he isn't, whatever, he's back to playing hockey. It can help improve athletic performance. So again, PT isn't just for training injuries. It can help people that want to be more explosive or efficient by pinpointing the muscles to focus on and using exercises to improve strength and mobility. So honestly, when I think of physical therapy, I think of it in terms of physical mobility.
Yeah.
Because you're really working on getting your mobility back.
And like fixing your muscle imbalances and all that jazz.
Yep.
Yeah.
So regular PT for athletes can reduce the risk of injury by training the muscle groups, as you just said, that are being used repetitively in the sport.
Yeah, I mean, you've heard us talk about tempo work and unilateral training till the fucking cows come home, and that's exactly what PT is sometimes. It's unilateral and tempo training. Like, it's no different. It's the same thing, just a different application. Like, fucking fitness. I love it.
Right.
But like it's great. I walk into PT and I see a rack of dumbbells and there's a bunch of bikes and shit and there's a treadmill and it's like, all right.
Yeah.
I'll get to use that fucking treadmill at some point. I'm not there yet. But
right. You will.
I will.
It's going to be awesome.
That day will come at some point.
One of the other things, and I know that we kind of mentioned this when we were talking about your community, but community is great, but also self-competition.
Yes.
I've learned so much about myself and what I'm capable of because of my fitness journey. Like, there are things that I've done that I never, if you would have asked me 10 years ago if I was going to be doing that or would have accomplished some of the things I have, I would have been like, you are on some kind of drug. Something is clouding.
You're drunk. Go home.
Your thinking. But I wouldn't know any of this without fitness, to be honest with you. When I ran, honestly, 9 miles, the first time I ran it was the hardest thing I'd ever done at the time. Mentally. I was like, I can't. And
then I got to like mile 7 and you're like, I got this shit.
And I wanted to quit, but the mental game that sometimes goes into some of the things that you're competing in, whether that be with yourself or getting prepared for a competition of some kind, or even just, getting personal bests and things like that. We've talked about that a billion times on mental health checks, but sometimes the mental aspect of it can be the hardest part to get past.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and this is like when we talk about take pictures and, mark your milestones and all that stuff.
Yeah.
This is why it's important, so that you know where you've gone.
Yeah.
So that you know where you can go next.
Yep. You have to know where you came from to get to know where you're going.
Yeah, you don't need to post it all on social media either if you don't want to. That's totally fine. That's up to you. That is your prerogative. You're the boss. But keep that shit, because you need those receipts and those reminders of how far you fucking come when you're having a day where you just don't want to do anything.
Or you look in the mirror and you're like, oh gosh, I've made no progress whatsoever, and you're getting mad at yourself, and you bring up those old pictures and you're like, wait a second.
It's like, holy shit.
Yes, I have.
Yeah. I can't even put my ass in those pants anymore because my legs are too big.
Right.
Don't sleep. We've said it before. Don't sleep on yourself.
Oh my gosh.
You are your own biggest competition. Don't take that shit lightly.
No.
But that also means don't rip yourself down.
Yes. Every single win, regardless of if it's a grain of sand or if it's that grapefruit, to reference last week's episode, they're all wins.
Yes.
And they're all part of the bigger picture. Those are those snowflakes that we talk about all the time that build that snowman.
Yeah.
So don't forget about self-competition.
Yeah, and since we're, piling up the W's here, I love how diverse the social media fitness spaces are becoming.
Yes.
It's long overdue. It used to be that you would only see a certain type of body on your Instagram feed, and if you have that type of body, we're not vilifying you.
No.
You're not an asshole. It's just that there was a very cookie cutter model that fitness Instagram and shit followed for a very long time.
Yes.
Those days are over. Thank God. Now you'll see, BIPOC bodies. You'll see fat bodies. You'll see trans bodies, hairy armpits. You'll see ladies that don't give a fuck that they have cellulite. Like, give me more of
natural.
that. Put it in my coffee mug right fucking now.
Yeah.
I love seeing someone be completely comfortable in their meat suit.
Yes. 100%. It's the confidence. It's the fact that and more people are understanding this about themselves, but you belong here.
Yeah.
We said this last week, but the gym and fitness is for everybody.
Yeah.
If you are working out on a consistent basis, in my opinion, and I think it's across the board, you're an athlete. Mm-hmm. You are doing things that
you're training.
You're training.
You're training to meet a goal.
Yes.
And that's what athletes
do. So I also want to, as far as cellulite goes, I refer to it as cellulite. And I saw that in a group, so I did steal that from someone.
Flame
but
emoji.
It's my favorite thing because I have it. You have
Pretty
it.
Sure everybody has it.
Everybody has a little bit of it.
Yeah.
And it's totally normal and fine and doesn't mean that you're doing anything wrong or that you're less than.
You're aging.
Right.
Sorry.
Right.
It's supposed to happen.
I've had cellulite since I was 13.
Dude, I've had stretch marks since I was a kid because of a growth spurt.
Yes.
No one's fucking airbrush perfect.
No.
Nobody is.
No.
That shit is bullshit. We know that shit is bullshit.
Right.
So don't let it fucking get you.
No.
It's okay if you've got stretch marks. It's okay if you've got fucking scars. It's okay if you have cellulite. As you get older, your body ages and your skin consistency changes. Mm-hmm. It's okay. It's normal. And that's not me shitting on anybody that has cosmetic surgery. If that's what you want to fucking do, that's fine. Huh. I do not want to go through the whole process of recovering surgery again just because I don't like a spot on my nose, but that's just me.
Right. But it's kind of it's a to each their own type of a thing. So do whatever you feel like you need to do or want to do. The other thing too about it's diversifying. It's becoming more inclusive.
Yes.
It's step by step, continuing to have these conversations and interacting with people that are different from you on social media is what helps continue the diversity. So make sure that when somebody, a person of color shows up on your, your TikTok and they're lifting, keep watching that.
Yeah.
Keep making it more
feed the algorithm.
Diverse
That's the good
and
shit.
inclusive and, it's for everybody, literally every single person.
And I love seeing how many queer bodies are showing up now on Instagram and TikTok Reels because it makes people uncomfortable, and that means that they're hopefully going to learn something.
Right.
If you existing makes somebody uncomfortable, that's on them. That's not your fucking problem.
No, it's really not.
As long as you're a nice person and you're not physically causing anybody anguish or trauma,
But keep in mind too that there are going to be people out there who see you that are younger than you or see you that are older than you that are just trying to get into this space. And if you're LGBTQIA+ and you're in this space and somebody sees you in this space, they understand that they can also be in this space.
Yeah.
If you can see it, you can be it and you can be a part of it.
I feel like we're just regurgitating a bunch of shit we've said before, but representation matters and you are part of that.
Yes.
You belong to the community. You are a member of the community. You are an example in part of the community.
Yes.
And I had this conversation
Goes
on
for
Twitter
anybody.
this morning. We were talking about the fucking video game I play, which I love.
Yeah.
But one of the creators popped off and made a really shitty comment to somebody yesterday and then gave some semblance of a fucking apology. And I was like, none of you fucking streamers have ever worked in media or PR, and it fucking shows.
Yeah.
Because y'all don't think before you pop off on stupid bullshit.
Yeah.
Especially given the fucking climate that we're living in right now. It was a joke that's like, oh, your mom should have swallowed you. And it's like, bro, women are second-class citizens right now fighting for our reproductive rights. And that's the fucking comment you have to make? Yeah. Get fucked. Yeah. Get all the way fucked. Do not pass go. Yeah. Do not collect $200. Kiss my ass.
Your words, regardless of if you think you're making a joke or something, there's always impact. And there's always, regardless of what your intent was, the impact of the things that you said or did.
And also, you're basically telling that person, I don't give a fuck that you exist, fuck you.
Yeah.
And you say that you're a kind person. You preach that you're a fucking positive influence in the community. I'm sorry. Positive influences in the community don't go around telling people that they wish their mom would have swallowed them.
Yeah.
That's just my 2 cents.
Come up with a different joke, because it's not funny.
Be less shitty.
Yeah.
A short story.
Yeah.
But you don't have to be this cookie cutter version of somebody that you aren't either just to make friends online. That's so fucking important. We're all weird. Embrace your fucking weirdness and find your other weirdos.
We all have things that are weird about, or other people would consider weird about you or I or whatever.
Look, baby, I made a career out of it.
Right? I am fucking weird. I have weird quirks. Everybody fucking does.
Everybody
you know what? We're human beings.
Yes.
Weird. It's like we're not supposed to be the same or something like that.
Yeah.
It's fucking rough out here. Keep that in mind too. And we're all doing literally the best that we can on a given day. So don't beat yourself up for being you. You're fucking rad.
Yeah, don't change. Don't change for anybody.
No. Especially not to conform to what society's shoved down our throats as what is acceptable in this space. Fuck that shit. Nah. We need diversifying it and including everybody. Bitches.
Because this place is if you look at the breakdown of the place that we live in, which is America.
Which is the upside down, if you've seen Stranger Things.
The United States of America, rather. America is both North America and South America that are continents. But the U.S. as a whole, you walk outside, it's pretty fucking diverse.
Yes.
I've got neighbors across the street that speak Spanish. I've got, people down the street that have a BLM sign in their window. I've got a fucking gay pride flag in my garage. And that's just my street.
Right.
And I live in fucking Omaha, Nebraska, white bread America.
Right.
It's diverse as hell out there, and there's nothing wrong with you being you. And if somebody hates you for that, they're a fucking piece of shit.
It's honestly their problem, not yours.
They're the one that needs to fucking work on
things. It took me a long fucking time to understand that. And I know sometimes maybe it's just words, but legitimately, if somebody doesn't like you, that is not a you problem, and it's not up to you to make them like you. You're not going to be for everybody. Fuck, you don't like anybody. Why the hell would you expect everyone to like you?
That too, yeah. But also, you shouldn't be responsible for other people's happiness.
You're not.
You shouldn't be. And don't expect yourself to be.
No.
If someone is blaming you for their own unhappiness, they need to clean up their own fucking yard.
Yep, that's their side of the street shit.
Go put your own garbage in the can. I'm dealing with my shit over here. Like, don't ever let somebody shit on you for being you. Signed a person that was different their entire life and made you feel fucking bad about it.
Yep.
Like, it made me hate myself so fucking much that I've wanted to end it so many times. And, like, it's still short-coded in my brain because it was such a habit growing up. Like, don't let that shit win. No. Don't let the hateful fucking shitbirds win.
You're a beautiful, wonderful human being, and you have a lot of things to offer regardless of whoever or whatever things in your life try to bring you fucking down.
And that's how we're ending it. Meathead Test Kitchen. Out.
Join Sadie and Sausha every Monday, helping to make your fitness and nutrition journey suck less. MTK.